Chaotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Of his most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back, guys, to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier. It is Friday, August the 23rd. Listen, it is almost 11 o'clock at night. I had a serious medical emergency today. It started on Wednesday. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it ain't none of your goddamn business, okay? And it is a little embarrassing. But it started on Wednesday, and it just festered and festered and festered and festered. There's a clue for you. And everything finally came to a head today. And honey, I left work early. I was like, listen, I got to go home and take care of this. I don't know what's going on right now. You know, you guys know I'm in the middle of my transition. I'm on the hormones, and they have certain side effects. Hormones affect people differently. It affects trans men differently. It affects trans women differently. So I'm just in the crux of that right now. But I'm feeling a lot better. Everything came to a head. And so now I can finally sit down and give the show. So I was like, I'm feeling better. So why not put on a light beat? I don't exactly call this light, but and do the show. So I'm here. We have a lot of things to talk about. Also, before I get started, we talked about Christina Aguilera last week. So Christina, if this ever makes it out to you, this is an ode to you at the VMAs when you performed with Madonna and Britney Spears and people completely slept on you because you are that girl. Okay, so this is Madonna. This is Christina Aguilera in her dirty era when she had the black, you know, the black sex hair. This is like sex hair. This is fuck me hair. And she had the white on and the bustier. So I have a little vintage La Perla on today. Yeah. So, okay. So before I get into the heavy stuff, I want to send a huge shout out to Beyoncè and her team. Beyoncé has this new whiskey out, and it really goes with the whole rolling out of her album the whole rollout for her album Cowboy Carter. Sorry, it's called Sir Davis. Honey, this look. The minute I saw this look, I thought about Teresa Graves. Teresa Graves is a 70s black beauty icon. I love Teresa Graves. She my favorite movie of her, and what I think they were referencing with this look is Teresa Graves over here in the 1974 film Vampira. I couldn't find a picture of the whole look, but I remember being, you know, back when I was a little boy and sitting in the bed with my grandma and watching this. Teresa Graves was one of the actresses that my grandma really admired. She really admired her beauty. So huge shout out to this. Now the look, she is wearing Aurora James and Brother Velli shoes, which I love. Two black-owned brands, which, again, we always love to see the very top of the top in Black Hollywood honor their roots and wear black designers. Black designers need that notoriety. You know, we see y'all wearing Louis Prada Gucci. Y'all stay Louis Prada Gucci Balenciaga down, honey. Down. We need to see more of our stars, more of our people in black brands. And this is it. This is it. She is styled by the beautiful Shiana Tarini. Shiana Tarini has been a stylist for Beyoncé for quite some time now. She styled her during the whole Renaissance tour. So I just had to give a huge shout out to this look, honey. Here's the whiskey right here. I'm not a drinker. You guys know I love a good martini with a couple of green olives. You guys know that. And I love Prosecco, and I love Spumante, and I love Champagne. But I'm not like, you're not going to catch me with like Jägermeister, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, I call it the Henrico. You ain't going to catch me with the Henny either. But I do enjoy good drink. You know, if I ever see it, if I go to a restaurant and I see it, I'm open to trying it. You know, whiskey is a very distinguished can be a very distinguished libation. So I'm open to trying it. But anyway, huge congratulations to Beyonce for starting another business venture. And this look, honey, absolutely gorgeous. So listen, guys. The British Fashion Council has released its nominees for the British Fashion Awards. For Designer of the Year, we have Kemna Kamali for Chloe, Jean Galliano, who I'm predicting Jean Galliano is probably going to take it home. Before I get into that, we have, of course, Jonathan Anderson for J.W. Anderson and Loewe. We have, of course, Musia Prada for Miu Miu. One I'm really excited about, Peter Mueller for Alaya, and Rick Owens for his namesake brand, Rick Owens. Who do I think is going to take it home? John Galliano. John Galliano had a hell of a fucking year this year. From that amazing haute couture Maison Margiela collection to the countless celebrities that he dressed for this year's Met Gala. Not to mention all of the celebrities that referenced his work during his tenure with Dior. There's been rumors circulating. Is he going to Chanel? Is he going to Givenchy? Is he going back to Dior? I think John Galliano should stay right where he is. I think John Galliano, and I think that's what he's going to do. I can't see him. I don't know. Everybody, I was having a conversation about him with one of my friends on Instagram, and we were going back and forth about it. And I'm like, listen, you never know what kind of certain settings bring on certain traumas. You don't know what he went through. Ooh, it's fly. Sorry. You don't know what he went through during his tenure at Dior. That was when everything kind of crashed and burned. Who knows if he wants to even go back there? I've said this countless times. I can't see Jean Galliano as Chanel. I mean, he could do it, but I don't see that. And listen, do I think he could go back to Givenchy? Listen, maybe. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I like where he is right now. I like him at Maison Margiela. I love him there. And if there's no other proof that this is where he needs to be for right now, it's that last collection. It's that last collection. I mean, sometimes it's not healthy to go backwards. Anyway, also, we have the nominees for Model of the Year, Alva Claire, Amelia Gray, who is the daughter of Harry Hamlin and Lisa, former Beverly Hills housewife Lisa Rinna. She has really branched out. I remember watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when she was just coming into her own as a model, and people were kind of like writing her off because she is the daughter of, you know, reality TV, Hollywood, Beverly Hills royalty. But she has really, really broken out. I wouldn't be mad if she took it home. We also have my girl, Anak Ye, Lu Wen, Mona Tagart. But we also have a history maker in Alex Kansani. She is the first transgender model to be nominated in this category. This is her right here. She's absolutely stunning. She's walked for Jean-Paul Gaultier, Marc Jacobs, Diesel. She's all over the runways this past year. So I wouldn't listen. My two picks. First pick, Anak Ye, only because she's been around for a really long time, and she is devastatingly beautiful, and she really does deserve it. She's put her everything into her career, and it's really paying off, and you can see it every time she pops out. My second choice would have to be Alex Kansani, simply for the fact that no, she's not black, but she is one of my trans sisters, and it's hard to be a trans woman and get put on the catwalk. It's not an easy thing, and this goes back decades. like decades, like Battle of Versailles. Like we've seen transgender women on the run, trans women on the runway before, um, but not as many as there could have been. So yeah, so those are my picks. Um, we also have British Menswear Designer of the Year. We have Craig Green, Grace Wales Bronner for Wales Bronner, which I'm really excited about. Again, Jonathan Anderson for JW Anderson and Loewe. Kim Jones for Dior. And my pick that I'm fingers crossed, I'm hoping she wins, Martini Rose. So huge congratulations to all the nominees. I can't wait to see the red carpet and what everybody's going to be wearing. September is going to be a really busy month here in the atelier. I'm going to try to pump out as many fun looks as possible. I'm going to try to come with visuals, but I'm also going to be covering New York, London, Milan, and Paris. Ooh. Excuse me, how can I be so beautiful and be so ratchet? So I will be definitely covering all of that as I do every year. Trying to work some kinks out, see if I can go live again. Oh, also guys, thank you guys. The subscribers are building up. The subscribers are building up. Thank you so much. The views. Listen, that last episode, y'all can go watch that now. It was more people that liked the advert on Instagram than it was that actually watched it. I'm gonna need my people to tap in, as the kids say. Tap in. Come on now. Help your girl get monetized so I don't have to work a 9 to 5 and I can be here with you all the time. Anyway, so listen. We keep on talking about, listen, the September covers are coming at me all kind of ways. But before we get into that, so Sarah Jessica Parker, after 10 years, is shutting down her shoe line with partner George Malcolmus III, who, if you don't know who George Malcolmus III is, he had a huge hand. He's a fashion executive who had a huge hand in bringing Manolo Blahnik to the forefront and other footwear brands to the forefront. She will be closing. I think her doors just closed today. Is today the 25th? Her doors will be closing on Sunday. You will still be able to get the remaining merchandise that's left over on her. Hold on, let me make sure I get it right. On her e-commerce site. I think this is one of those situations. Now look, the SJP shoe brand had a great 10-year run. I loved the shoes. They didn't come in my size. You know, I'm a girl of a particular size. I'm a trans girl. My feet are just a little bit bigger than that. But I did love the shoes. But I think this is one of those things that it was just like too little too late. Not too little too late, but just wrong place, wrong time. I feel like had she came out with a shoe line during the height of Sex in the City, I feel like it would have did a whole lot better than what it did. It's one of those things like you got to strike while the iron is hot. She's also got a child. She's also a wife. She's also, you know, with all due respect, she's also getting older. She's also doing, and just like that, you know, it could have been a multitude of things that brought the end to the SJP footwear brand. But I did love the shoes. I had a lot of clients here in the small area of Virginia in which I live that loved her shoes. Absolutely loved her shoes. I just met with a client a few days ago and they were talking about, they were the ones that actually brought me the story. And I was like, oh, wow. I didn't realize that it was coming to an end. But anyway, good luck on all your future endeavors, Miss Sarah Jessica Parker. And your shoe line will definitely be missed, girl. Because, listen, them girls were buying those shoes. It's listen, the shoe line is not ending because the girls were not buying the shoes. The girls were buying the SJP shoes. They were cute, they were affordable, and most importantly, they were comfortable. Cause she had all kind of heel height and everything. Anyway, so back to the September covers. I got a little mixed up with the stories. So we have another September slash October cover. This time it is for Essence magazine, featuring the beautiful songstress, musical prodigy Thames. She is on the cover looking she's just giving African queen, African goddess. I love the gold head wrap she's wearing. Schiaparelli on the cover. She is styled by the iconic Gabriella Carifa Johnson, which I'm so excited about, who also interviewed her in for the magazine as well. And she is photographed by hold on. She is photographed by Liz Johnson, author. She's wearing some amazing looks. She's in Schiaparelli. She's in Custom Erdem, honey. She is in hold on here. Wait a minute. Oh, my favorite shot is this shot with the hat. It is by a black designer by the name of Tolu Coker, who was recently on the cover of British Vogue as designers to watch. It was one of Edward Enninful's last covers, I believe, that he put together. So yes, I loved it. In the mag, she talks about, I don't have those notes, do I? I didn't put those in. But in the mag, she does talk about, staying herself, keeping her same identity, and how she's been maneuvering through this music game. And also, Gabriella Carifa Johnson got the T on her style. That's the style. She's the style queen. So huge congratulations to Thames. She's a unique beauty to me. I love her eye shape. I love how high her eyes sit up above her cheekbones. It's something about this part of her face right here that it's striking every time. I also love this grunge look that she has on. This photo shoot, this shoot was very easy breezy, and it just feels like she was very comfortable. It feels like very her. Very her. It's not like she's pretending to be anybody else. She's just herself. So huge congratulations to Thames, and also huge shout out to Gabriella Carifa Johnson, honey. You did this. And for Essence, honey, you did this. I don't always agree with Essence because they don't always support the LGBT, honey. But we see you. Anyway, shade, no shade. So listen. Let's get into some positive politics, honey, because I can't do no more on the Republican side. Those people cannot be helped. The Great Pumpkin, aka Mr. Donald Trump, and none other than JD Vanity. Now, have y'all seen this picture of him? It is very much giving Ashley Simpson circa 2004. I didn't steal your boyfriend. It's very much giving that. Is it not? I told y'all in one of them last episodes, you can never trust a heterosexual Republican politician who wears eyeliner. Now, Mr. Vance, if you ban drag queen, how you gonna be able to live your true life, girl? Come on over to the DNC, baby, because let me tell you something about the DNC. If the DNC is anything, if that's a sign of what's to come under the Kamala Harris, Tim Walz administration, sign me up. The DNC was lit as fuck, honey. First of all, I have to send a huge shout out to another one of my trans sisters, musician and all around beauty, funny girl, Mila Jam, who sang the what do they call it? The Black National Anthem. I was going to say the colored national anthem, child. Ooh. The Black National Anthem. Lift every voice and sing. Listen, my mom had my older brother doing, like, he used to do bell ringing. And they were in this thing, and every year they would sing that song. Every Martin Luther King program. Lift every voice and sing. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know. Do people still do the bell ringing? My brother was a bell ringer, and then I was a bell ringer for a very short time. But I had ADHD real bad, and that didn't go down well for me. I needed something a little more freeing. So yes, but she was there, she sang. I get off on these cockamamie tangents, don't I, y'all? I was doing so good. Anyway, huge congratulations to her. Also, we saw performances by Little John. I haven't seen Little John in a long time. He looks really good. We saw Amanda Gorman. Let me tell you something. Amanda Gorman's speech. Let me just play it for you guys here.
And make no mistake, cohering is the hardest task history ever wrote. But tomorrow is not written by our odds of hardship, but by the audacity of our hope, by the vitality of our vote. Only now, approaching this rare air, are we aware that perhaps the American dream is no dream at all, but instead a dare to dream together. Like a million roots tethered, branching up humbly, making one tree. This is our country, from many won, from battles won, our freedoms sung, our kingdom come has just begun.
Amen. Amen. Our kingdom come has just begun, honey. Quick question to all the black blogs. How come y'all didn't post that? How come y'all never post Amanda Gorman on the black blogs? That girl is the modern day, I know somebody might eat me up for saying this, but she is the modern day Maya Angelou. The words that she speaks, her words hold such power and weight. And I'm really shocked that the black blogs you don't pick her up. But I picked her up, and listen, I watched that, and it brought tears to my eyes to see trans people, gay people, white people, black people, Asian people. We had amazing, also we had performances from Stevie Wonder, Patti LaBelle. We saw Kerry Washington reunite with that white guy from Scandal, which is loosely based on the love affair between Condoleezza Rice and George W. Bush. I'm convinced. I've been saying it for years. Honey, Scandal is loosely based on the love affair between George W. Bush and Condi. You know, he never used to call her Condoleezza Rice. He always used to call her Condi. Y'all know George W. Bush has a thing for the chocolate, honey. For the chocolate a la besta. Look at how he be. Every time he see Michelle Obama, he turn into hot candle wax, bitch. Anyway, that's all alleged. I don't know if that's true, but I just have a feeling. And you know I ain't never wrong. What else did we see from the DNC? Oh, I saw that scuttlebutt about Anna Navarro posting that picture with Obama fixing his tie. We're going to get into the Obamas in a minute. And people are like, girl, that is not your man. Girl, get your hands off him. You know what? Anna Navarro is a good friend of the Obamas. Anna Navarro is also a very much married woman. She has been friends with the Obamas for years. And Michelle Obama ain't as insecure as a lot of you bitches. Okay, she know what she got. We ain't heard hither or high to that man during or after his presidency. And stop coming for people. You don't know what people's relationship is with somebody. It was a lot of women in the comments. It couldn't have been my man. No, it couldn't have been your man because you couldn't pull the kind of man that stands up to speak at the DNC. So it couldn't have been your man at all. Anyway, we saw the Obamas, Michelle and Barack. Listen, I miss them in the White House, honey. The nice, nasty shade of it all. The nice, nasty shade of it all. Honey, they had Trump seething. All week, Trump has been spiraling. He is seething right now, honey. We also saw, who else did we see? Oh, let me tell you something. We also saw Bill and Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, your hair, it gave. It gave. It was flouncy. It was bouncy. I don't know who she was wearing, but the best dress of the entire DNC, I'm sorry, I have to say it, it definitely goes to Michelle Obama. She is wearing Beyoncè Resort. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, don't come over here with your little, listen, somebody left me a comment. How come you don't know how to pronounce these names? You need to get it together if you're going to do a podcast. Well, listen, you don't have to watch. Once I hear somebody else say it, I'll know how to say it correctly. Thanks. You know who the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. She's wearing a modern chic Beyoncè look from the Resort 2025 collection. She took it home for me. She glided across. She sauntered and glided across that stage, honey, like, I knew y'all was waiting on me. And we were. Listen, I just thought it just looked like a good time. They were passing out condoms. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, they didn't do nothing but talk about Trump the whole time. No, you didn't do anything but watch the highlights. If you had really invested and watched the DNC, the whole thing, all the coverage of it, you would have saw it was plenty of policy talk. Real promising policy talk, might I add. And last night was the final night, in which Kamala Harris made history as becoming the first woman of color to accept the Democratic presidential nomination. And there is a picture that has gone viral, on social media of this young girl looking up at Kamala Harris. The picture is by, hold on, let me look it up. I had posted it on my social media too. I just thought the picture was so beautiful. And not only was it beautiful, but its importance doesn't need to be explained. Because a lot of people were like, well, what the hell? It's just a picture. That picture is so symbolic. It needs to be hanging in the mat. So hold on, let me pull the photographer up here. If I can get to my page to figure out who the photographer was, child. Hold on, y'all. So the picture is taken by photographer Todd Hessler, who is there, you know, for the whole shebang. He's been taking pictures all week, but this one is the one. This picture is absolutely, I might want this framed in my house. I didn't think it was a real picture when I first saw it. I thought it was like an AI thing or like some kind of, you know, techno generated, but it's an actual picture. Those who get it. Those who don't, and we ain't got time to explain it. But I have my reservations about Kamala Harris, but we can worry about that when she gets into office. Because one thing I like about her, she's very receptive. Like, she's open. Like, if I've seen people come at her and, you know, they do it in a respectful way, but she's not like, well, she's not giving you all of that. She's like, okay, well, all right, Boots, tell me what's up. What you want Mama to do? You know, she's very welcoming. That's one thing I do. That's one quality I do like about her that we don't see on the other side at all. Honey, that man is sweating Crisco like a motherfucker over there because he knows I don't think Trump has a chance in hell. There are so many Republicans switching sides, especially after that picture of JD Vanity came out. I didn't steal your boyfriend. Hey, yo. Y'all don't remember that song by Ashley Simpson? And she had that. She was in her grunge girl era. She thought she was Avril Lavigne, honey, and she was, hey, yo, let the music drown you out, don't you? I used to love that song. It was #1 on TRL for quite some time. Shout out to Carson Daly. Anyway, so let's move on. What's the next thing we have here? So, J-Lo. So, it has been announced that J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, and Ben Affleck are parting ways after, I believe, 2 years of marriage. We can't say we're surprised. You know what? I feel bad for both of them. Because, well, you know what? I don't feel bad for both of them because, you know what? I feel like J-Lo has, let me start with J-Lo. J-Lo has the tendency of making her relationships way too public, way too quick. J-Lo, there's this thing that I'm noticing with women, with natural born females. I know some of y'all don't like cisgender, which it doesn't mean you a sissy, it just means you're a natural born woman, but I'll just say that. There's, and please don't take this the wrong way, but there's a lot of women, no matter how beautiful they are, no matter their economic status, no matter any of that, they have this sense of insecurity that baffles the fuck out of me. It's like with all of that, J-Lo, you are still trying to find a man to validate you, to validate your womanhood. And quiet as it's kept, I think that's why a lot of women have a problem with the dolls. Because we don't move that way. It baffles me. I see it all the time. I see it at my job sometimes. Ooh, shade. I see it, when I'm out, at parties or just out at events. I see how women move. And it's just like, girl. And J-Lo is one of those girls. J-Lo is definitely one of those broads, man. Girl, and then it's like, when she got with him, it was like, damn, girl, you ain't even come up for air from Alex Rodriguez, old Frankenstein looking ass. It's like she just, here, his suit looks like it'll fit you. Put it on, let's get married. It happened so quick and out of nowhere, like Ben Affleck, girl, and Ben Affleck, honey, Ben Affleck is a train wreck, honey. If you catch Ben Affleck on a good enough night, he'll marry anybody at this rate. Ben Affleck, you need to go work on yourself, my guy. I don't feel bad for them. They'll be all right. She'll be all right. By next week, she'll have a new boyfriend, honey. I don't know what it is. It's two women in particular that I think about when this subject comes up, and it's Jennifer Lopez and Halle Berry. Even though Halle Berry has been in a relationship now with that guy who is very handsome, by the way. I can't think of his name. He's some movie producer or something. Very low-key guy. She's been with that guy for a while now, but before him, oh, girl. Halle couldn't keep a man either, or the men couldn't keep Halle. I don't know whose fault it is, but it's just... I have been single for on and off for about 2 years now. I have been single for the last 8 months for sure, solid. Even though I still let him creep around the block every now and then. Because a girl has needs. And listen, I'm not trying to be out here in these streets, honey. She's very prim and proper, okay? The titties may be out, but the coochie is not. Okay? Thank you. But I just can't see myself, and then I date other guys, and it's just like, do I really want to go through this again? Like, it takes me a while to get back into that. like that relationship mindset. Maybe that's that small piece of man in my brain in the back. I don't know, but good God, J-Lo. Damn, bitch. But we saw this coming, though, honey. That one time they were at Dunkin' Donuts doing charity work and he slammed that motherfucking door on her. Or that time they was at the award show and she was like, don't drink. And she looked at that camera like we didn't see her. Or that time they was walking out of Barney's and he threw her hand down. And then they have all those kids, because Ben Affleck was married to Jennifer Gardner, who, I am so sorry, that lady is like watching, it's like watching paint dry. She's a beautiful woman. I remember her, she was on a show my dad used to like, she played kind of like this James Bond, like she used to wear a catsuit. What's it called? Alias, I think it was called. She ain't been exciting since Alias, honey, but she does a lot of like round the way stuff, you know. She keeps busy. But he was married to her. I believe they have like 3 or 4 kids. J-Lo has 2 with Mark Anthony. And you just got this revolving door. Jennifer Lopez is the modern day mommy dearest. I said it. I said it. Because, you know, mommy dearest used to have the men in and out. But with class and fervor. Anyway. So listen, y'all. That's today's show. It's not a whole lot going on. Everybody's been paying attention to politics. Somebody did send me that story about Ari Fletcher promising her gay bestie. We could talk about that. Promising her gay bestie a $20,000 check for his birthday that he was going to use for a down payment on a car. And she kind of played him out. And then he got on there and he was, you know, put up a GoFundMe and just aired her out and saying that she didn't really have the money and she was just doing it for clout. Honey, we already knew that. We already knew that. We were just waiting for you to find out. And if somebody gives you $20,000, why are you going out? What kind of car are you buying that you need a $20,000 down payment? That you got to get a GoFundMe? This girl she is trash. I see her on social media. She's always, this is the same girl that says she doesn't want to hang out with nobody if their outfit ain't at least $1,500 or $15,000. She's very superficial. She's very like, it's just one vibration with this girl. I don't even think she's that cute. I don't know why anybody would want to be friends with her. She seems like such a miserable cunt. And, you know, I can't think of the guy's name. I'm gonna have it posted up here, but for y'all butch queens and y'all gays and some of y'all trans girls, my trans sisters. Listen, we love the natural born females. We love y'all. We do. Y'all are our sisters or whatever. We all Judies or whatever, but some of y'all gays and trans are going to have to learn that a lot of these women are just pulling y'all out as accessories. You mean nothing to them. You are disposable to them. You are a joke, a good time, a free hairstyle, a freestyling tip, a free beats. I have been, back when I was a butch queen, honey, I went through this all the time. There's a friend, listen, there's a motherfucking friend request sitting in my inbox on Facebook right now that will remain untouched and untapped because of some shit like that. Like, and I've seen that big gay, I can't think of his name, but he does those videos where the girls are strutting and he's behind them, hyping them up, and it's just like, ugh, girl. None of them would ever do that for you. So stop. Don't try so hard. Don't try so hard. Because a lot of them women, not all, because I have women, natural born women in my life that have never done anything like that to me and would and know better. Okay. And they wouldn't do it anyway. But it's just like, why do we feel the need to we always have to big them up? Like, when is it, like, why is it, like, friendship is a two-way street, but it's always on our end, like, give, and you just take. You know, this is no shade, it's no hate, but it's just an observation, darling. It's just an observation. We need to start hanging out more with each other. I know we don't need to be any more divided than we are, but protect your peace, sis. Hang out with your own every now and then. It's okay to hang out with natural born females, you know, cisgender females and all of that, whatever you want to call them. The cunts, as T.S. Madison say. But hang out with your own too. Even though some of them could be just as bad, but hang out with your own. It might not sting as much. Because some of us be going up for the girls, honey, and some of the girls that we go up for, I just don't see it. Bitch, you could go up for your trans sister. Fuck that bitch. For real. Anyway, so that was today's show, guys. I will be back in a few days to chat it up a little more. Maybe I won't have so much chi-chi out. Maybe I'll be a little more mindful. Maybe I'll be a little bit more demure. Or maybe I'll be a gaudy Jersey bitch. Who knows? Anyway, I love you. Ciao.